So here I would like to inform our media that this morning I made a police report against Dato Sri Tiong King Singh for criminal defamatory statement made against me. I categorically deny that I had received a 10 million ringgit loan as alleged by Dato Sri Tiong. And this is the work of people who are out to undermine my integrity and obligations as Minister of Transport and President of MCA. It is clear that the motive and intentions of these individuals are to derail the efforts of the Ministry of Transport and Port Klang Authority with regards to the issue of PKFZ. I treat this as another hurdle of the many that I have faced in my efforts to protect the interests of the people, in particular in handling the PKFZ issue. I have also instructed my lawyers to write a letter of demand to the makers of these defamatory statements to withdraw the allegations and apologize within 7 days, failing which I will institute legal proceedings against the parties concerned. My lawyers have been instructed to file an injunction to prevent the perpetrators of this grievous misdeed from making further defamatory allegations. As President of MCA, I am confident that the party is strong enough to withstand such challenges and efforts to undermine it. So this is my statement today. The accuser, that is Tiong King Singh, in his remarks made yesterday, or rather in his media interview yesterday, has failed to tell us exactly the so-called 10 million ringgit. Is it a loan or a gift or whatever? Because we could see the element of ambiguity in his claims. And on top of that, I must also say that there has never been such a necessity to take the loan. If he were to argue that it's a donation, then the onus should be on him to prove where the money went. The money simply cannot be evaporated or dissipated into thin air. And if at all, the said sum of money was offered as bribery, then it makes all the more necessary for me, not to proceed with the PKFZ prop. But as I said earlier, I would leave no stones unturned in the PKFZ prop. Well, based on his allegations, it simply means that he's trying to say, I hired the service, right? I hired the service. And I hired the service, and he made allegations that I did not pay. But anybody in his right frame of mind would know that now any transport arrangements for any minister or deputy ministers, or even for any top executives of the companies, normally payments would be paid based on invoices. But so far, I think my secretary has made it very clear yesterday in his statement that there has no such invoices or whatsoever received by the office. No, actually, they were asking about the what do you call in the first place. My transport arrangements. Well, I did mention that. Well, my daily transport arrangements. If you want to know, I can shed more light on it. Yeah, in fact, it's no secret. Well, every day, in fact, I've been crisscrossing the country, and sometimes, or most of the time, I may take commercial flights, including the budget carrier, or even sometimes even ferry, yeah, the maritime service, or in case of emergency, and if there's no direct air links or whatsoever, then I have no choice but to hire the special jet service, or what we call in our terms is general aviation service. And if you were to look at the service providers, there are many. Actually, in fact, like one, so-called one of the five, from Kuching back to KL, for instance. In fact, I didn't hire the service. I was invited, since I could only get a late flight back to KL on that very day, after attending the PM's function in Kuching. That was a ceremony of presenting checks to the Chinese primary schools. And I was then offered a seat. In the jet concern, since they say that, hey, you have to wait for many more hours before you can get back to KL. And now that there's such a jet going back to KL, are you coming along? Even that, you see that it could be spun into something different.
All in all, how many trips have you made on this?
On my own, in fact, as far as this is concerned, there are only four.
The time, dates?
The details I don't bring along. But I can tell you, since you are interested, then I might as well tell you. Just to cite one example. You see that the trip back from Kuching, for instance, that was sufficient. That is sufficient to prove one point. Even that could be spun into something different. I was offered a seat. Right.
Could you tell us the period that maybe 2006, 2008? Or?
No. In fact, it's only beginning of this year. And and as I said earlier, normally if I can take the commercial flights, I will take the commercial flights. Only when, say, for instance, in dire need of such a service, due to time constraint or urgency, then only, as a last resort, I will look for that. The onus is on him; it's not on me, because now that he is making the allegations. But in view that, as I said earlier, last but not least, so I need to translate this for you as well. Day before yesterday, in the findings of the PKFZ Special Task Force, we came to know that there was such an unethical overclaims of public funds, or rather, to use the exact words used in the report, unethical and fraudulent claims of money on the project for items undone, undelivered in the project. So now that, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. The same baseless allegations being made against me. And I would not be, of course, I've been dismayed by such an unethical smearing and character assassination, but I wouldn't be surprised that there will be more to come. Nonetheless, I wish to reiterate one point. Anything categorized as falsehood, anything untrue, even if you were to repeat it 1,000 times, it can never be true all of a sudden. It can never change its nature. And as far as PKFZ is concerned, nothing could ever deter me from discharging my duties dutifully.